Hi Margaret, my name is Peter from Eden Investment Properties in Spain. I'm just going to give you a short video walkthrough of a property you showed some interest in. It's a 5-bedroom property situated about 5 minutes drive from a very picturesque Spanish fishing village called Moreira, also about 2 or 3 minutes from a local Spanish town called Benitachell. So it's ideally positioned to enjoy all of the scenery and the coastline. The property itself is just through, directly in front of me here, and to the right of that property, towards the rear of the small townhouses. The property itself is situated on a beautiful urbanisation with about 20 or so 3-bedroom detached and semi-detached properties. So it's got an enormous swimming pool, as you can see, and I'll just walk you down the steps in a moment. I wanted to give you a perspective of where exactly it sits. The villa itself is just at the rear of these properties here, so it's a detached property with about a minute's walk to this swimming pool. So if you just bear with me, I shall take you around the swimming pool and give you some idea of the views, and also then onto the property. As you can see, like I mentioned, it's a huge swimming pool, satisfying just 20 or so very attractive houses. Now, I've come out early in the morning. It's around about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It's very, very quiet. The majority of the people are resident homeowners as opposed to holiday lets, so you've got a constant presence of people, a real mixture in the community, from Swiss, English, German, French and indeed Spanish. This is the rear, Margaret, of the actual property. So as you can see, it's the rear of the property, and the property is split over 2 levels, so it's a duplex property. This is another vantage point from the villa, just slightly elevated to the rear, and also take you around the property in a couple of moments. This is just to give you an indication of the valley where the property actually is. This is called Golden Valley, and for obvious reasons it's constantly draped in sun. We're now sort of looking at just gone 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've got here early this morning. That's called the Peñón de Ifaix. I'm not sure if you know the area, but that's facing towards Calpe, and then of course straight out to sea. So it's really hot here today. It's about 32 degrees, something like that, so we can't complain for the first week in October. So there we go, just to give you an idea of where the properties are. I'll zoom back out, give you a bit of perspective of the valley. So beautiful valley with some fantastic views, green views. There's no land at all left here, so all the properties are built. So you can rest assured when you buy the property, the view that you actually get when you come here will be the one that will remain there forever. Just again another perspective. I've just gone a bit further up the mountain to try and give you an idea of the location. As you can see, Golden Valley spreads around like that, and over that direction is facing towards Denia. And if we come back on ourselves to travel through the valley, the majority of the houses are facing in the right direction to benefit from going down to the sea there. So I'll just try to zoom in. And like I mentioned earlier, there's the Peñón de Ifaix. And if we come back down the valley and try to focus where your property is, I'm not sure whether it's too clear, but There's about 15 villas facing towards me at the moment at a slight angle, benefiting again from the location in the sun. This valley, Margaret, really does benefit from sun all year round, and I believe you've been to the region, so you can bear me out on that one. Okay, so I'll travel down to the property and give you a look on the inside. It's just one more perspective, which is near enough at the top of the mountain. I'm facing towards the property now, and you can see it. It's the one in the centre of the picture, with 2 levels, with a patio, and I believe there's a large satellite dish at the bottom part of the owner's garden as well. So that satellite dish serves about 3 or 4 houses, and they've got the usual kind of scenario with the BBC, Sky, etc. No need for a card and all that is provided locally. So that's just one more perspective of the valley. Bit hazy today because we are very, very hot, and of course going back towards Mongo. You can just see Mongo through the trees there. This is a shot of the front of the property, and just a couple of moments I'll take you around the back. As you can see, the property is split onto 2 levels of property itself, with a large underbuild, and then of course the upper terraces facing down the valley, as you can see, benefiting from the shots down to the ocean. I'll be able to show you better at the moment because I'm standing on the ground level. So this is access from the rear of the property. And we move through. You'll see that we come onto a first open terrace, which is on the upper level of the property. Very typical, kind of built for this region from a well-known company, actually based in Maria. To give you an idea, the owners have just left themselves from a 2 or 3 week holiday. This is the view back up the valley where we took them photographs. It was on that approach road there.